Yeah, I tell you that. Yeah, one of my buddies is really white, you know. He's like super white, but I think he's like part albino. Like, whatever, he comes to my house, like, all the plants start growing in his direction and shit. You know, one time when I was living in Vegas, I was living in this house, you know, I had a bunch of roommates, right? And then there was other Asian guy there, one of the roommates, and he'd been feeding the pigeons for years, you know? So when I got there, like, all the pigeons started swarming me and shit, you know? I'm like, what the hell, get away from me, you damn racist ass pigeons. Yeah, when I have sex, you know, I never last as long as I'd like to, you know? I'm always like, come on, dick, hang in there, you know? And my dick's always like, fuck this. Yeah, I was in United States already, you know. You know, you learn a lot of mottos and stuff to keep you safe. Like stay alert, stay alive, or one shot, one kill. The first motto you learn though in basic training is don't drop the soap. Yeah, my favorite food is pizza, you know. I love pizza, right? You can't go wrong with pizza, you know. Except pineapple, that's a sin. Some people actually like pineapple on the pizza, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing, you know, because some people think Gavin Newsom is a good governor. Yeah, my favorite flower is the sunflower. You know, from a military perspective, the sunflower is like totally superior, right? You can get like 100 sunflower seeds from a single flower, and if you planted each one, you can get 100 sunflower plants, you know? Now compare that to like a daisy, and you're like, you lazy, useless motherfucker. Yeah, I used to go to water parks every summer, you know, but the last time I went, I had like kind of a traumatic thing happen, so I stopped going. Yeah, I was 16, and I was waiting in line on these stairs, and I look up, and then the girl next to me, like, she about the same age as me, but her tits were like right in my face, you know? And it was kind of like cold, right? It's all windy and stuff, so like her nipples were like popping out and shit. And I was like, holy crap. So I kind of turn around, or I turn away, but the girl on this side, her face is like right next to my crotch, you know? And I'm already partying with, you know, a partial woody and stuff, and then she yawns, right? So that was it, you know, like, boing! You know, and so I'm like, oh my God, you know, I gotta get out of here, you know, so I just ran up. Apparently this happens all the time, because the lifeguard up there saw the whole thing. He's like, just come on, just go, right? But then I guess he was gay, you know, because after he saw my boner, he got a boner too, and then he just jumped in right after me and shit. Yeah, I think they just changed that name from Raging Waters to Raging Boners. Yeah, escape rooms are weird, you know. It's the only place where you pay to leave and shit. I guess because I'm not very good at it, you know. I don't like it too much. I went to a escape room once, and I was there for a whole week. Yeah. What do you call a guy who can make a business suit real fast? Taylor Swift. Yeah, I think Gay Pride Month needs a mascot, you know? And I got the perfect one. The flamingo. Right, they're pink, they love to dance, you know? And they're like a non-violent, like a peaceful type bird, right? Or non-predatory one, I should say. Yeah, all they eat is like brine shrimp and algae and stuff. Nobody gives a damn about no brine shrimp. Anyway, also, do you know what a group of flamingos is called? It's not called a flock. No, they're called a flamboyance. How gay is that, right? Even the name flamingo is flaming O. Right? Flaming O. That's a burning butthole. And you know, whenever a guy like brags about how big his dick is, right? It's usually the opposite, right? He usually has a really small dick, right? Like I was talking to this guy the other day, and he was like, "Oh man, my dick's so big, I'm hung like a horse." And I was like, "Yeah, right, more like a seahorse." What did the Australian chess player say to the waiter? Checkmate. Yeah, I think Shaquille O'Neal's like the happiest man on the planet. And he's always so jolly. Like, everyone just loves him, right? I think he's never been messed with. Like, how are you gonna bully someone who's so tall that his crotch is in your face? Like, hey Shaq, give me your lunch money. Never mind. Yeah, I was just seeing these billboards all over Hollywood about this blind mountain climber that climbed to the top of Mount Everest. It's pretty inspiring, right? But I was thinking about it and I was like, well, how did he know he was on the top of Mount Everest? Yeah, for all he knows, he could have just been on top of Mount Whitney, like right over there. And then I was like, that's actually a pretty good business idea. you know, getting paid to take blind mountain climbers up to the top of Mount Everest. Yeah, the whole thing about the bear in the woods. Would you rather, if you're a lady, would you rather run into a bear or a strange man, right? And a lot of women are choosing the bear, you know. But I think that's just ignorance of bear knowledge. So, yeah, I ran into a bear in the woods once. And he fucked the shit out of me. About a month ago, North Korea sent over 200 balloons over to South Korea. They were loaded with like garbage and excrement. But yeah, that statement's not exactly accurate though. Because those balloons, they weren't packed with shitty trash. No, they were filled with Dane Cook's jokes. Yeah, you know, there's a new disorder going around called the Usher syndrome. And it makes you go blind and deaf. It's pretty serious, right? You know, because I always thought when you got Usher syndrome, it just made you go, yeah! Yeah, my dog, she's cute, you know? My dog's so cute, when other dogs see her, they go, oh my gosh, that dog is so cute. And then they go, oh my gosh, I can talk. Yeah, I was in the United States Army, 1st Cavalry Division, Fort Hood. It was pretty cool, you know? It was weird being the only Asian person. And every day people just looking at me like, are we supposed to shoot this guy? Yeah, I was driving around the other day and I got pulled over by a horse cop. That's crazy, you know? I didn't even know he was behind me until I heard this. Woo, woo! And it wasn't siren making that sound either, it was the horse. You know, this past year, scientists reported for the first time 2 male humpback whales having sex. Yeah, Warner Brothers is already going to make a movie about them. Yeah, they're called Humpback Mountain. It's weird how language changes over time, right? Like nowadays, if a guy came up to me and told me he was going to blow my brains out, I wouldn't be sure whether to run away or pull my pants down. And you know, NFL is one Asian player, and he's a kicker. Could you not find a more racist position for this guy? Where you're gonna make him go out barefoot in a karate uniform? I was watching this Bigfoot show the other day, and it struck me as how dedicated these Bigfoot hunters were. And, you know, they're so devoted to something that might not even be real. Like comedians in their careers. Yeah, this past Oscar season, I was watching the Oscars, and towards the end, I was getting all excited, you know, I was like, hey look, they're bringing back the Mummy. But then I saw it again, I was like, oh no, that's just Al Pacino. Yeah, I was talking to this guy the other day, he told me he was Persian. I was like, you're Persian? From Persia? He was like, yeah, where are you from? I was like, the Han Dynasty, I guess. Yeah. Like about a month ago, I had a really bad haircut, you know? Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, but if a haircut's so bad, people start treating you differently. You're like, this guy must have a learning disability or something. You know your shit's fucked up when the waitress at Denny's tying a bib around your neck. Yeah, I was eating pizza the other day, and kind of depressing eating pizza by yourself, though, you know? And it's like eating cake or getting drunk by yourself. Basically like my last birthday. Yeah, I've had sex with all different types of women, like white, black, Asian, Mexican. In my opinion, Asian women give the best blowjobs. If any of you ladies like to prove me wrong, you can meet me in the bathroom later. And you know, this past April 4th is a new national holiday. It's now National Burrito Day. And the very next day, April 5th, is now National Toilet Flushing Day. I'll tell you this joke. Alright, there's this guy, he gets hired on this ship, right? Just a bunch of men. And after about 6 months, you know, he tells buddies like, hey, when are we going back into port? You know, I'm getting kind of horny here, right? He's like, oh, we're not going back to port for another 6 months, you know? He's like, another 6 months? I can't wait that long. He's like, well, have you tried the barrel? He's like, no, what's that? So he takes him to the room, and there's a barrel there, right, with a little hole in it. He's like, well, there you go. And so he goes and he like fucks the barrel, right? And it works really good, you know? He's like, wow, this is awesome, right? So he goes and tells his buddy, he's like, man, that was great, you know, I'm gonna use that barrel every day. He's like, well, you mean every day but Sunday, right? He's like, oh, you can't use it on Sunday? He's like, well, yeah, you can, but Sunday's your day in the barrel. Alright, I'll end with this last joke. You know, the comedians will always tell you, oh, no, I'll tell you this one. Why didn't the oyster share his food? He shellfish. Okay. You know, comedians will always tell you two things, you know. They'll always tell you when they just got booked on a show. They'll always tell you when they just had sex. That's a bit juvenile, right? Like myself, I haven't been booked on a show in over a month. But I did get laid last week, so, everybody do it.